All right, so this time around, we're going to work on hosting this website. I'm going to try to use Cloudflare. I've never used Cloudflare to host a website. It seems ridiculously easy. I usually use Railway, so try something new. And then we're also going to add in the admin dashboard file storage and notes, a notes section. So file storage where maybe we're making a website and there's like pictures tied to it or prices or like some type of database or something. We can add that there. And then a more comprehensive note storage. So right now we only have uh, little blurbs that you can put. Uh, let's see. Kill down. Call VS Code. Was admin. Yeah, so right now we only have this little box right here where we can put notes. So we're going to try to give a little more detail to that. Maybe include something else, maybe like running notes or something like that. But I'm going to start with the hosting and we'll take it from there. I'm going to pre-type the agents and then we'll get to making the agents. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start making the agents for this one. We go to agents, create new agents. We're getting quite the number of agents now. I already pre-typed all the agents, so I'm going to copy and paste those. Yeah, and we'll let it do its thing. All right, first one finished up. Go to continue, Opus, automatic, going. We're going to create another one, project, generative Claude, copy and paste that in, let it cook. All right, second one finished up, Opus, automatic, continue, create one. Now we'll do the last one, the deployment one, so actually hosting the website. We'll let that finish up. All right, last one finished up. Give it Opus, automatic, enter. And we're going to get out of there. We're going to go to our plan. Again, I already pre-typed the plan, so I'm going to paste that prompt in here. It is pretty long, so enter. I'm going to interrupt. It looks like it cut off. So I'm going to try something else instead because this happened last time. I'm going to paste part by part in. So here, just wanted to understand the plan in its entirety. All right, there you go. So we'll see if it follows up with any questions right off the bat. All right, so it's gonna write the plan now. So we'll just sit and wait. I'm interested. It didn't ask any questions. I'm not sure if it's because I didn't instruct it to. But usually, as we've seen, it usually follows up with some type of questions for clarification. So it's either that the prompts that I pasted in for the agent like gave enough, information, but I guess we'll see very shortly here. It's a little concerning that it didn't ask any questions because I do like the clarification. It definitely shows more that it read the plan rather than just taking its best guesses. So we'll see what it comes out with here. It's not full. All right, there it is. So it is going to ask a couple questions, it looks like. See what those questions are. All right, so where's the customer files be stored? We'll do local. DNS management. Oh, interesting. So how do you build customer websites before deploying them? Build a manually template generate CGP generator. Yeah, I do have some thoughts about that. So submit the answers, see what it comes up with. Okay, give the kind of little quick overview. Build three interconnected systems, integrate into the existing admin panel, customer file management, customer notes, database schema, API endpoints, notes, files, deployment, customer files. Detail page, implementation, foundation, parallel agent work. Oh, okay. So it's gonna. I'm very interested to see this one. It's going to try to do multiple agents, but they're going to be doing different tasks. So far, the only thing I've actually seen is whenever there's multiple agents running, they're usually focused on same one task. So there's like some overlap or something. So we'll see that, and then integration. Looks good. Um, this looks good. I'm gonna let it go. So we'll start the plan and kind of monitor it as it goes. All right, so far, it looks like foundation complete. Now it's going to try to launch all three agents in parallel. So I see that we're running two customer notes, customer file manager. Let's see, and there it is. There's the third one. So it's going to run all three and see if it can. I am very interested to see how this all works out. Once we get to the debugging phase, I guess that'll tell us a lot more. But looks like all three agents are now working in parallel. So I'm curious if this speeds it up a bunch. I imagine like it should when they're working in parallel, but we'll find out very shortly. So I'm just gonna let it run, and then so while those are running, it looks like the main orchestrator is also um, working on something else. So yeah, we'll just observe here, and I'll probably comment in as I'm watching. All right, so we hit the good old rate limit on, so I'm gonna swap over to API usage. All right, so I swapped over to API usage, and I think we're gonna have some problems because it looks like the agent stopped. So I'm actually going to interrupt and tell it I had to stop the conversation and swap to API usage. Make sure you're still running the agents in parallel. I think they got stopped when I switched over. All right, let's see. Let's see if it's nope. So I'm going to interrupt again. No, use the agent to do anything to do the related task. I'm just going to tell it that it should reminded notes, files, and deployment. Systems. See what it says. All right, so there's this agent's back. And then we should get one more. Beautiful. Okay, so all three are running. Um, so we'll just see what happens. All right, so it looks like it completed. Let's see. Still succeeded. All three systems are now integrated. Let me update the to-dos. Provide a summary. All three customer management systems have been built and integrated. API route. That looks good. Cloudflare. Okay, the build passes successfully. Upload. What can I do to test it? That was pretty quick. Test one. Paid. All right. Let's just pull it up. Uh, go here. Local 2000. All right. Front end looks good. Let me make a lead really quick. Fill out this information. Right, so I went ahead and filled in some dummy information. Get started, submit it. And then I'll go back to the admin dashboard. I'll refresh. This is the one I just created. We'll click this. Um, so let's see. I don't see. What's weird? Ah, here it is. Notes. All right. So let's we'll go to this one. Notes. All. Add note. Test note. General. Made by admin. Add note. Okay, that looks good. You can edit the notes, it looks like. Edit check. Update. That looks good. Let me refresh. See if it's saved. No. Yep, there it is. You can also delete it. Confirm. Calls, meeting, email, general. Let's see if we add note, general note, phone call, email, admin, test, email note, add note, email. So it does categorize them. Let's try another one. Phone call, phone call notes, note, admin. Okay, so it does categorize them. Very nice, very nice. Um, okay. So on a customer detail page, click the Files tab. Let's see what that holds. Files, customer files. Let's try. I'm just going to open CareX. Capture. I'm just going to take a screenshot of the screen here. I'm going to try dragging and dropping it. Okay, that did not work. You can try upload. Oh, okay. There we go. Let's try dragging and dropping it again. Okay, dragging and dropping look like it works. Category general, brief description, have screenshot, upload. All right, so now, okay, we could categorize it, content, documentation, general, preview. We do see the picture here, the screenshot I just took. Download, download works. Let's see if I can open this. Yep, delete, delete, refresh, file, go to, how about document? Um, which may add. Let's try content maybe. So we're to capture, we'll just grab a screenshot, region. Let's try this one. This content could be a logo. Test, upload it. Now it's in the logo, so you can see it now. Okay, that is pretty good. I'm not seeing any problems there. Um, so we don't have the Cloudflare set up yet. Um, so I'm going to go to deployment. And let's see, what can we test here? So the UI does render correctly. Form validation. Uh, let's see, initialize. Project name. Test project. Get repository. Um, production branch name. Create project. Okay, so let me hunt down. There's three variables we have to put in. So let me take a look at that. But so far, um, the it seems like this is going very good, and it did it very fast this time. So the notes page seems to be working great. The files upload and download seems to be working great. The UI is pretty responsive. And then the last thing is we're going to try the deployment. So let me grab those keys and we'll come back. All right. So as I was going through it, I realized that we could only deploy one domain at a time. And obviously, if we have multiple customers, we would need multiple domains. So I was chatting with Claude. I should have probably started the recording earlier, but um, I told it that I'm going to handle the domains and actually like putting them on Cloudflare. So the zone ID variable that we needed is domain specific. So if I entered it into our local variables, we'd only be able to access that one. So Claude is going to change the code to make it where I can query all the domains that I have set up in Cloudflare and then pull the zone ID depending on what domain we're looking at. So we'll see what it does here. It's going to update. Now it's going to build it again. All right, so I finished that. I'm just going to check one thing on the local env file. X out of there. Come back here. All right, we'll go back to Chrome. So I should, let me refresh. We have our test customer. Go to deployment, initialize, project name, test project. production branch main create project. See if this works. All right. Now I'm going to go to Cloudflare, workers and pages. Okay, there it is. So test project was created in Cloudflare. That's great. Um, then configure domain. I'm going to use this one. Wait, sorry. Dev. Configure that. Cloudflare, you have already added this custom domain, so I can wait. Oh, okay. So test domain site. Try that. Configure. Let me refresh. Oh, okay. So if we go here, then we go to account home. Okay, it's not. Okay, so it did make the domain here, testdomain.site. That's good news. Let me see, DNS records, refresh. Okay, so that's the DNS. Wonder if it changed. Okay, it did. Yeah. Now, can you delete these? Doesn't look like we can delete the deployment. Let's see what view on Cloudflare does. Okay, very nice. It does take us directly there. Okay, so that's pretty good. Um, I do want to add a quick change. Is there a way to delete the test deployment from the admin? So it's going to add that functionality, and we'll see. All right, so that one finished up. Let's see what it looks like. I should have the option to delete now. So if we go back to Chrome, we go to Bob Dylan's deployment, delete deployment. Very nice. Also delete the Cloudflare pages. Delete. Let's see if that works. Okay, it's gone here. And if we go here, project not found. That's a good custom domains. Sort of projects. Yep, no projects found. All right, so that is working um, very nicely. Let's continue trying to break it. So if we go to deployment, initialize my test project, and then production branch main, create. We'll do production URL, my test project pages.dev, your domain. when do we test dot dev. Okay, so when it finished the configure, it didn't give me any notification. I would like it to say something. So let's see. There it is, my test project. Okay. So this little, very small bug, nothing crazy. So I am going to take a screenshot, and then we're going to go back over to VS Code. One small bug. I realized after, what is that? After configuring the custom domain, we are not greeted with a success finished configured message, which is stop loading. Here's a screenshot for clarity. And then another thing I'm going to ask it about is over here. It's making a custom domain or production URL. So I want to ask it what that is and how it's generating that. Also, what is this production URL being generated and what is it for in image 2? So I give it a question, pull up the code. All right, so the free default URL that gives you, it's always available even before adding. Oh, okay. So that's in Cloudflare, and then no success message. It's gonna add the success message, and then we'll test those out. Um, and then we'll finish up. Right, is compacting. I haven't been too good about checking the contact as often as I should, or refreshing it. Um, I gotta remember to do that more. Let's see if it transfers over. All right, so it says it's fixed it. So if we go over here, refresh, let's delete this deployment. And also initialize a new one, Bob's test, create the project. Then we'll configure the domain. We'll go to Bob's test 88 dev, configuring. Okay, very nice. Success message. So now if we go view on Cloudflare, let's see. Bob's test, there it is. All right. Um, then we Bob's test pages.dev. Just make sure still there. If we go back to customers, deployment, it is there. Files are still there. All right, this was pretty good. Um, I'm going to definitely start telling it to run these agents in parallel. Seems to be the way to do it. That was extremely fast. There was a little debug there and then a little learning on my end with the Cloudflare. So overall, I think it was pretty good. There was really no bugs. I'm very happy with how all the agents performed in parallel and the status of all that, and that it actually, and, ended up being pretty clean. even with them running in parallel, working on different parts of the website. So yeah, I'm going to cut it here. I'll probably record another one um, in a little bit that I'm actually going to host the SiteStar website and then implement like the actual Stripe configuration on the Stripe side and debug as we go to make this website real. Yeah, so I'm gonna cut it there. And yeah, this was a really good one.